Hello everyone and welcome back to your weekly bulletin from Nottingham University Academy of Science and Technology. Now this is your third weekly bulletin and I've decided this week to look at one of the most important pieces of equipment that you will get, which is your school planner. There's also going to be some more kind words from your Year 8s and Year 7s, as well as some updates for the challenge from last week, and I'll be setting you a new challenge at the very end. When you come to NUAST, you will be given a school planner. You will get one every year you attend at NUAST. It's a really exciting thing, but it's also very important. You've got to make sure that you bring it to school every single day. At NUAST, we do ask students to make sure their planner is on their desk in every single lesson as well. So it's crucial that you bring it and that you can show your teachers that you have it. I'm going to go through some of the important features of the planner. There are lots of pages in it and I've just taken a few to show you what it looks like on the inside. So feel free to stop the video and have a look at these pages at any point. Your planner acts as an organisation and reflective tool, and it's a really good idea that when you first get it, you sit down and have a read through it and invite your parents to read through it as well. There's lots of information within the planner, and at some point throughout the year you might need to know something. Your planner can be the first place that you go to look for an answer. So, for example, if you've handed in a piece of work and it's been returned to you marked by a teacher, there might be some letters next to it. You'll open your planner and find your marking code, and you'll be able to check what the letters mean and what improvements you need to make to the piece of work. You'll also be able to use your planner to record your positive behaviour. For example, this chart is where you will ask teachers to sign if you've had an outstanding lesson. There's also going to be a place each week for you to record your house points, which I will talk about in a couple of seconds. I will, in another bulletin, talk about the rewards policy and our behaviour policy in greater detail, but all that information is in the planner as well, and you'll be seeing that in another bulletin. All right, Year 6, another important thing in your planner is our dress code or uniform policy, and it's really important that you pay attention to this so you are dressed appropriately for school. Please have a read of this, and in another bulletin I do plan to go into detail with the dress code and equipment. So if you do have any questions, please get in contact with me and I can address them in that bulletin. Now these are the pages you will probably be seeing and using the most in your planner. For every week at NUAST there is a weekly diary and homework organiser. What you will need to be doing is when you get a piece of homework is writing in the boxes, so you can see there's a space for the subject or lesson, a space for what the homework is. Try to put as much detail into that as possible so you don't forget what you have to do. There's a space for when it's due in, and there's a little space where you can tick it off to make sure that you've done it. You'll also see there is a space for teachers and parents to sign. We do ask that parents are checking planners and signing them each week. Tutors will be checking this as well. It might be that tutors have written a comment in the box or teachers have written a comment in the box. And of course, parents can also write a comment in the box as well if they want to. And when you get your planners, you'll see that after each of these homework diary organisers, there is a weekly reflective task. Students will be asked each week to reflect on their attendance, their behaviour, their attitude to learning for the previous week. By doing this every week, we're hoping to reinforce the positive behaviours of students and help support and develop areas that need to be improved. Students will be able to see how many house points they're getting each week, what their attendance is like. They're also asked to reflect on something very good and positive, but they're also asked to think about things that they need to improve on as well. And I do strongly recommend for parents that you are looking at your child's reflective page and seeing what their strengths and weaknesses are and discussing that with them. So some of you might have come across this term attitude to learning or ATL before. Some of you may not have. At NUAST we do use ATL alongside your academic grades to help students find areas that they might need to be improving on or to see the areas that they are really strong in. And you'll be given the opportunity each week to reflect on your attitude to learning for the previous week and giving yourself a grade. So if you thought you had an outstanding attitude last week, you'd give yourself a 1. This student in the example said that they had a good week, so they've circled 2. You can also see just underneath the numbers the breakdown of the attitude to learning. So To simplify it, we have broken it into 5 key areas, and that is willingness to learn, resilience, self-motivation, determined, and reflective. And it might be each week you need to think about which area you need to develop or which area was really strong. There's also a smaller area for students to think about something they need to improve on each week. So it's a very detailed, reflective page, and it is very beneficial. So I want everyone to really try to fill in these pages, and you'll get a lot of guidance when you come into NUAS. But really think about how important these pages are. As well as being an excellent opportunity to be reflective, it's really important that you do fill these in, because there will be a prize at the end of each half term for the best kept planner. So do be aware of that. And the next 2 pages show the breakdown of the attitude to learning grades, as well as what we're looking for in each area. So you might want to pause the screen and have a look at these. So hopefully this very brief overview and look at the planner has given you some idea of what we use it for, and that it is important. It needs to be brought every single day, and it needs to be in every single lesson. Now we're just going to look at some more well wishes, some words of encouragement from our current Year 8s and Year 7s. So again, you might want to just pause the screen and have a read of some of these. And of course, speaking of kindness, last week's challenge was an art photography challenge, and I asked you to submit something that would best represent the theme of kindness. It was an absolutely brilliant response. Amazing work, guys. Thank you so much for everyone who did send something in. Of course, if you haven't done that yet, you can still send something in. That's not a problem. But here are a few that I've put into the bulletin now. See if yours is in here. But overall, everyone, that was wonderful work. Thank you very much. All right, Year 6, it's now time for your next weekly challenge. And in this weekly challenge, I would like you to be reflective. Now, I've already talked about how in our planners, every week there's a reflective activity. And just to get you in that mindset of being reflective, if you've never done these kind of activities before, I would like you to think about, throughout your time in primary school, what was your best or proudest moment and why? And then I would like you to think about an area for development. So what would you like to improve on when you come to NUAS? Remember, if you do struggle with thinking about your proudest moment or something you need to improve on, do go and talk to the people around you. They'll probably have some great perspectives on what you've done really well and what might be an area for development. You can also look at those ATL grades again and think about how you can go from a good student to an outstanding student in those categories. I am really looking forward to hearing back from you. I think it's really important that we at NUAS know what you would like to improve on, so hopefully we can support you with that. But I'm also really looking forward to hearing about all those great and wonderful times you've had at primary school. And you can present the information in whichever manner you feel comfortable with. You can email it into me, you can put it on a PowerPoint slide and send that to me, you can handwrite it, take a picture of it and send that to me, or you could even make a video, whatever you feel comfortable with. But if you are using pictures and videos of people, please do follow those rules in blue. Any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Please do send in weekly challenge 3, and if you haven't done 1 or 2, you can send those in as well. I do look forward to hearing from you all. Have a great week and take care.